Hi everyone, welcome to Hilltop View Journals. Now I'm so excited, I can't really think straight right now. So I genuinely am really excited to be taking part in this collaboration, and time's been very short, so I'm hoping to cram just a few little ideas into this very basic tutorial. But I do have to admit that this will be very much a signposting video, because I'm not going to recreate some of the ideas that I've found online, because there are amazing crafters and creators out there that do a far better job of running tutorials for you. But I do hope to show you a couple of ideas, and I hope you will enjoy and craft along with me. Now, there I am, Hilltop View Journals, and by the time this goes out, it'll be Monday the 18th of March, and I am in the rustic and grungy column. No surprise there. Bright and shabby? Well, at a push I might be able to do it, but come on, I need to be doing rustic and grungy. And my partner for today is Gail Agnostinelli. Can you believe it? Oh. And we are doing floral collage flips. I can't wait to see what she does. You know, I'm going to be using what she does in my journal for this collaboration. I'm just so excited. So there is a huge lineup, and there's 2 collaborators a day, or 2 creators I should say, and it goes all the way through to the 13th of April. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about the collaboration anymore, because by the time you got to this video you will have had a few introductions anyway. I'm going to get on with showing you what I've got. And so let me just try and tidy up a little bit here now, because it is pretty much a mess. And I have got another video up on my channel where I introduce you to the bigger project that I'm doing, which is a project folio. So please do check out my other video if you want to know how I actually made this. And you know, every time I open it, I can't remember how to open it. But yeah, my other video does show you how I made this portfolio. And it's, yeah, very grungy looking. And I've still got my pencil marks and everything on there. Totally unprepared. Now, you may be thinking, well, that's all well and good, but I'm not going to be making a folio for this collaboration because I'm working in a journal. Well, I've made exactly the same version, and I've turned this into a journal. And again, in my other video, I do show you the difference between the two. Okay, so if we have time now, I'll do a quick flip through of this as well. But so this has got a signature in, so whatever I'm doing in my folio, you can do on the page in a set of signatures. If you've stumbled upon this collaboration and you've fallen in love with junk journaling, but you're completely and utterly overwhelmed, which is very easy to do, I just wanted to give you a very quick idea on how to get up and running and play along with the rest of the crafters. What you can do is you can purchase these types of notebooks. Now, I use these all the time for my personal journaling. They're great. They're cheap. You can get some really nice ones that are actually bound. Let me just pop this off now a second, because that's going to be my first flip to show you in this video. But this one, to me, this is a junk journal, because it was bought for me a couple of years ago, Christmas time, as a gift. It came in a set of 2, I think. The other one is somewhere along here, somewhere downstairs, I think. And whilst I love this crafting cover, and I love the comment, I hated the paper in it, because it was very white and very thick and wide lines. So all I've done is I've gone through every page and I just painted tea stain, and I've let it dry, put it under some books, and this is what I've come up with. Now I can use this. So this is going to be the first part of today's tutorial is using this. And don't forget, if you've got your journal, you may have a signature like this. I haven't bound mine in yet. You can use any one of these pages to do whatever I'm going to show you in this tutorial today. And it's going to be, I'm not going to shame to say it, a plug for all the crafters that I love and follow, who are so talented and able to show you techniques that I could never show you. So in my description box below, I'm going to have a lot of links to other videos where I have gathered inspiration for these ideas. Okay, on with the show. So the first idea I've got for my floral flips, and did I say in this video that I'm actually doing floral flips collages? I can't even say it. I told you I was really excited. I just can't get my words out. Anyway, so what I've made here is a really simple topper. So you've got a piece of corrugated card on the bottom. I've got some fabric there, a little bit of scrappy fabric there, and then one of the cards from the kit. Now, actually, what this is, it's part of one of the bigger, I think this is from RachandBella Crafts' background pages, and I've just cut out the bit I wanted. So what I'm going to do here is, so I've made this topper, and you may be in a position when you're making your journals and you've got like a lovely piece of fabric, or you've used a digital kit, and you don't want to cover it with the topper. I always feel like that. I don't know why. So this is an idea, and you can make you can either do it so that this goes on there and then just tie it so that it becomes a movable topper, or you can do what I do, because this is supposed to be about flips, is you can just make a little hinge on the back. Now, I'm hoping this is going to work out. So I don't want to cover this wording, and I've just added one of my little flower doodles, and this is made with watercolours, and I've literally just done a very scrappy childlike flower, and then the definition is with an ink pen. No, it's a fine tip liner, something like, this is one of my favourite ones, Uniball Air Micro. Okay, you can purchase those on Amazon. They're really good for fine work and for writing. So what you can do is you can create a flip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, hopefully with a bit of luck, and I'm just going to stand, so I'm standing up at the moment, and I'm just going to go on my tiptoes because I need to kind of look over the over the phone, which is a bit awkward. So I'm going to put some glue there, and I'm going to use Bailey Art glue for this. I think I don't want to use my hot glue gun, because once I put it down, that's it. It's going to rip the cover if I don't get it in the right place. This is a little bit fiddly because I need to just position it in the right place. Okay, so hopefully that is in the right place, but I also, no, what I need, no, see, I knew I'd do this. I need that over there, and then put that back on. Okay. I just need to move it a little bit, and then let's rub those off with some baby wipe. Bear with me, I just flip that like that. This is why I didn't want to use my glue gun, because I knew I'd get it wrong. Okay. So the idea here is that I wanted to keep that writing because I think it's kind of cool. It goes with the whole garden story vibe. Love your world, the future is ours. Okay, so I've got that flip there. So this is a flip. which I can tie around this notebook, and then I can use that in the back to also put something in. So I haven't really got much on me at the moment, but I could just put something like that on the back there if I wanted to. And what I can also do, again, I haven't really sewn anything, but I could use it as a tuck spot. You just need to tie it tight enough so you can have little tuck spots there. And depending on the shape of your topper, obviously you can make a better hinge than what I've done to store all manner of things. But I think that's pretty cool. So that's my idea number 1. So the next thing I'm going to do is use an envelope to create a tuck flip. And some shameful plugs are going to come in here. First of all, I made this on RachandBella Crafts retreat. And RachandBella Crafts do actually have a video about the retreat. And you can also check out Bella's Crafty Studio as well, as she will have some information about the retreat on her YouTube channel. And Nigezza Creates gave us this amazing live workshop on various ways you can use napkins. And I'm going to also copy links to a couple of her tutorials on how to do this, because she does go into it in depth. So this is the freezer paper with a napkin fused on the top, because the freezer paper acts as glue. So when you iron on the napkin, it sticks the napkin to the top of the freezer paper, and it is so cool. And then the back then, which you could quite easily use as a writing page in a journal, but I've made a pocket, and I've just popped on some lace just to cover the edges. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this envelope. Now this was gifted to me and I haven't done much to it at all. I've just sewn around the edges, and you can see it's a lovely collage here with butterflies, stamps, and a lovely vintage garden themed journaling card there, and some, it does really does look like original paper, but I think it is a digital kit in the back. And I just added a little bit of leaf trim to go with the theme here, and making this I had some left over, so I used it, and what I've done here is I've backed it on to some book pages. Again, this was in Nigezza Creates workshop. And I've also put then some sewing pattern paper on the top to give it that more grungy, rustic feeling. And then I've added some stamping. So this is a great idea when you want to try and create flower collages, is use your stamps. Use them on book pages, they look amazing. You can get this shiny effect either using embossing powder or something like this, which is what I tend to use because it's really quick, it just takes a while to dry, and that's Nouveau Crystal Glaze. So I've just made a nice little collage there, and I'm going to use this. And what I need to do, because I've got these amazing buttons here, which I'm going to put in my journal, and I'm going to decorate this lovely bag. So I've got some of these. Oh, these are from Kerr. I treated myself to the ultimate bundle kit that goes with this collaborative design digital kit package. So I've just got one of the lovely mother of pearl buttons there, so I'm just going to pop that on there with some hot glue. Try not to burn my fingers, and pop that somewhere in the middle. I've got a bit of glue on the edge, but I can pull that off. Okay, and this is a little bit of sari silk that I've sewn on. Okay, so what we need to do is, so the flip side of the envelope is there, and there's some string which was already attached, so I'm going to use that. And what we need to do is we need to create a tuck spot there. So I need to create the tuck spot so that it fits my my tag, and I want that to go like that. So I don't really want to go past there. So what I'm going to do is pop some glue on here, and that then will create my tuck spot. Leave it to dry because otherwise you'll get your tag stuck in there. And then you can pop some things in here. So I've got a couple of tags here that I could pop in. Probably a little bit, these are probably a little bit too big actually. But I've got some, I've got a couple here that I might be able to fold and pop in. So put your ephemera in there. Could always decorate across there as well, and that would look really pretty. And then you've got your flip, and it ties together. As I've got some flowers here, is you could have then some flowers peeking out of your envelope there. If you don't want to use the envelope as a tuck spot, you could do something like this. I've got all these fussy cuts here. Okay, so you can have something really pretty poking out there, and it's a nice little surprise when you open the flip. That's another idea. On to the next. So for the next part, I'm going to show you some watercolour doodles, and I will put at least 1 or 2 links in my description box to some wonderful watercolour artists that can demonstrate this far better than me. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to really, really quickly show you what I do. So I just, with my brush pointing into the middle of the flower, I make these shapes. And you can go back in and add more paint if you want to. Let's do another one. Let's do a reddish one. I just pop them along like that, not worrying too much about the shape. You can make it a little bit more petally looking if you want to. Okay, right, I'm just going to go off camera and dry these off with my hairdryer because I've just broken my heat tool. Bear with me. Now, I'm using watercolour paper here. And you can see here, because I've used my hairdryer, it's just all dripped down. But don't worry about that, it's fine. You are better off leaving this dry naturally. So what you want to do is like a load on a page. Not too close if you're going to cut them out. And just let them dry. Okay, don't worry about this, because one, you could use those as stems if you wanted to, but we're not going to. We're just going to now go from the middle with the black pen, and we're going to draw the petals in. And it's quite nice if you do the lines a couple of times, make them nice and scrappy. Okay, let's move this here. Just go around there once, and then I'll go around again. This is a really good mindful exercise. You can just, I don't know, forget yourself when you're doing this. I love doing these. So this is quite a dark one. So I'm going to have to make it a bit bigger. And the idea with these is that they are scrappy. Okay. And again, this is the Uniball Air micro pen. Let's move that out the way, otherwise I'll knock it over. Okay, so then, oh, got a little bit of debris on my scissors. Just cut them out. Now, you don't have to use watercolour paper for these types of things. Just use copier paper if you like, but the heavier the weight paper, the easier it is to actually cut them out. I'm just gonna very loosely try and fussy cut with these awful scissors. Yeah, so there's some watercolour doodles. Okay, let's move this out of the way. I'm not too sure what to call this one, but let's, for the sake of it, call it an envelope pocket. So let me introduce you to the elements of this. We have an envelope. This is just a plain old mailer envelope, and all I've done to it is, where there was writing on the front, I've stuck my watercolour doodles on. And then this came with 2 windows, so I've slotted in some of the lovely digital kit journaling cards. You can see a little squirrel there and a lovely flower there. I've also got this tag. So this is a napkin. I made it on RachandBella Crafts Retreat with the help of Nigezza, and it's again a book page substrate, and I have used a glue stick, Yoo-hoo stick, and then so covered that with glue and pressed the napkin, the top sheet of the napkin, onto the book page, and then I've just backed it with some tea stained paper. Okay, so that's the tag. And here is my folio, and then I've got the pocket, and it's a piece of the digital kit folded in half. Didn't quite make it to the end, but it's folded in half, and it's got a top opening here like that. And so if you weren't stitching it, you could just glue it on the 3 sides there, but I've glued and stitched, and I just put a little bit of sari silk there. So these are the 3 pieces I've got. And look, I haven't even rubbed out my my numbers. So what I'm going to do now is, now depending on which way you've done this, because obviously I could have glued it like that, or I could have made it like that or like that. Depends on where you want it to flip. You've got options here. You can, and you don't even really need the pocket. You can just use the envelope to create the pocket, but I want to do both. You can glue just this down and leave it as a flip. You can glue this on the bottom and the side, and then have a tuck spot there. You could glue around the 3 and have a tuck spot there. Plenty of options. What I want to do is I want to wrap this around there like that. Okay. And so I want it to flip. So I'm going to secure it there. I want to leave this open for the pocket. And I could actually have 2 pockets there. I can have a pocket inside there, and I can have a pocket there. But what I want to do is I just want to leave this pocket open in the middle, and I want to secure the back. Okay, hopefully you're still with me. I'm going to leave this open and I'm going to secure that. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is I need to, oops, stick that on there. Any glue will do. You want to leave a bit of a gap there, and of course you can always back this as well, which I may do. I'll probably make some kind of journaling card, and I'll probably put another pocket there. But for now, I'm just going to do that like that. So I've got to think about this now, because so I'm definitely gluing there, and I'm gluing. Let's make sure this is secure. I know I've got to glue round there, so I'm going to do that next, and I know I've got to glue that bit there. But let me just check before I do this now. So if I glue the back there, I'm still going to have that open, and that's going to be there, and that's going to be open, and I've got to glue down there. Okay, I got it. So I'm going to do the top bit first, because I think that's the most fiddly bit. Glue this on there. The other thing you could do is you could make a belly band out of this. So you would just glue the top and the bottom, and then you could slot something in, and that would work great for smaller pockets. Okay, so now I've got my tag, which will go in there like that, and then I can pop some ephemera and tags and things in. Well, there's not that much room, but you get what I'm trying to say here. I can pop that in there, and then I can make something here if I so desire, and I've still got this space to play with as well. So there you go. That's another idea for you. So we'll call that a pocket envelope flip. What's next, Steph? So the next thing I'm going to do is create a little flip tuck spot here. And what I've got is in RachandBella Crafts' side of the digital kit, she's got these tags which are side by side. So I cut the 3 out and I've backed them with some brown paper, and I just put a little bit of glue and string on the back there, because what I want to do is be able to tie it. Okay, so I got that, and I'm going to do something on the 3 pieces. The first thing I want to do is I want to create a pocket here. I'm just thinking about sewing. If I just lightly glue 3 sides, and I can always come back and glue a bit more if I need to. Just pop that down like that. And then I probably need to trim this a little bit. Oh, let's trim it without it. Let's trim it like this. Pop it back on. So that's a little pocket that I can put something in. So I just pop this in for now, so you can see that that's a pocket. Okay, and I am going to use this fussy cut on there. I'm going to use my Bailey Art glue because just in case the sewing machine needs to go through it. I don't want my sewing machine to break with the glue gun. Okay, so that's going to fold like that. I mean, that can come out, but you know what I mean. And then I'm going to create a little collage on the front, and I've got some pieces here. Pop that on so that it sticks. Okay. And I'll come straight back and show you what this looks like sewn. Okay. This is the 3 little tags sewn. Okay, so it goes like that. It's not quite straight, as you can see, but who's going to say anything? Okay, so I can pop these on now. So I'm just going to pop some glue on the bottom to make a little collage. And pop that behind there, like that. And pop that behind there. And then, probably off camera, I'll stick these down a little bit better, but I'll just pop some glue on there for now so they don't bend and fold. Yeah, that's good like that. Okay, so I'm going to put it on this flap here. And what I want is I want to use it like a jar, use the tag like a jar, and then have my doodle flower popping out of the top. You could, of course, just glue 3 sides and have it as a tuck spot, but I am just going to do this. So I'm going to securely glue this down so that it doesn't come loose, and glue the bottom of the flower at the same time. Oh, I've got some seepage there. It's a good job I'm doing rustic, eh? Such a messy crafter. The positioning of my string could have been better, and I think what I might do, well, what I really do need to do is only have 1 piece. But we are where we are. Okay. I can go like that. And then I just need to glue these bits down gently. Now I think I will use my Bailey Art glue. Okay. So there you go. So you open that up and you have another flip, a collage flip of flowers. And we just need to pop something in there. And that looks quite pretty actually. We'll leave that in there for now. And that's another little idea to use your flowers. Now, if I go to this side, what I was thinking of doing with this was literally doing a collage of flowers. So I've got some really nice green ones here. So there's a little collage of flowers on a flip, and I've forgotten to put this butterfly here. Now this is a gift from Rachel, from RachandBella Crafts, and this is the packaging, decorative stickers. So I don't know where she got this from. I'll have to ask her. There you go. Okay, so I've just done 2 flips. On to the next idea. So for my next idea, I'm going to use these flips. And I haven't covered the backs because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with them. They have got these neat little pockets in them, but I'm pretty certain I'll probably go through those pockets. I won't be able to use them, but whether I cover it, the back or not, I'm not too sure. We'll see how it looks when I finish now. I'm just rubbing off the lettering top and bottom. And what I've done is I've grabbed a piece of cardstock here, which is green, which is very helpful, and I've stuck 3 pieces together. Okay, so, and on this one I've just done a punch from there. And I have no idea what size this is. This is 2 centimeters, should we say? No, 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch. 1 inch punch. And to make this super easy, I'm going to use my awl and some brads. I don't know about you, but I always struggle with this. It's like, I don't want to do it, because if I mess it up, then I mess up something bigger. But I'm going to have to be brave. Got to be brave. Okay, so I'm going to put a dot around about where I think. So I'm not sure if this is going to work, but what I want to do is I want to put this on here and then fit the twine behind it. So let's see if it's going to work. So if I glue it first, isn't it? That's probably the best idea. Okay. And what I'm worried about is that it won't be enough room to fit the twine around, but we'll give it a go. So I don't really know where the centre is, but I'm guessing it doesn't really matter. I'll pop that in there. Okay. And then we need to figure out where we want that. And I'd like to try and avoid the pocket, so let's put it a bit higher. And let's poke a mark there and pop a hole in. Like that. So I need to put some string or twine behind this, I think, before I stick it in. Probably go way too much twine there, but I'm not measuring. Okay, pop that in there. And then okay, so yeah, I got enough room. So I got that like that. Okay, and then I was going to make a little collage of fussy cut flowers behind it. And then if we just cut some of this twine off. Okay, so that's that little page done. And on to the next idea. Please forgive the state of this card that I'm going to use in a minute, but yeah, my sewing machine has decided it needs a break, just as I'm finishing up on this tutorial. But I'm not going to be phased. I can get round it, and I can live those little, I can live with the holes. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to do has been inspired again by Nigezza Creates. And on RachandBella Crafts retreat, we made these little seed bags. And they're like faux rice paper. And it's one ply of the backing of a napkin. And this one I made with Mod Podge, so it's quite shiny. And then I've got some odd little bits of cardstock, and I've made a little cluster. So that's what I'm going to use as my inspiration for the next little tutorial or idea. And I probably said it before, but I will link below Nigezza's videos where she does actually show this technique. Okay, so I am going to make a long envelope. I'm going to make a long envelope. And it's not technically a flip, but it's going behind my flips. So I reckon you'd forgive me for it not being quite a flip, but I really wanted to use this. So this is exactly the same technique as the seed bag, but it is the top pattern of a napkin. And you can see the shiny glue bit on that side. So we're going to make a envelope, and it's going to be a very rough version of an envelope. And I'm just using this journaling card, which I shall probably decorate up with the remainder of my fussy cuts and make a collage. So I'm using that as a measure. And what I'm going to do, then I've got a couple little rips, but that should be okay. I'm going to fold it around the journaling card. First of all, I'm going to cut these pieces that I don't need, and I think, yeah, I'll do that first, I think. And I'll cut it square for now, and then see what shape I want to do the little flap on the top. Okay, let's just tidy these little bits of scrappy glue up. Okay, and I need to do exactly the same on the bottom. Now on the bottom, I know I just need to miter the edge a little bit and then cut the strip off. Because this is really quite shiny, because it's Mod Podge, I think I will use my glue gun, because I think if I try and use Bailey art glue or something, I think it'll have problems gluing. Okay, so I'm going to put that on that side and that like that, and then we need to do something with the top. So I need to tidy that up. Got a bit of an overhang there. I think what I'll do is I'll just make it so that it's a bit scalloped. Just go around and around. Okay, so I need to add some glue . And I've got a little rip there, so I'm just going to fix that. And what I might do is I might do some collage on the back, so I'm just going to leave that for a minute, but I do need to fix that. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to do my collage, and I have got my card here somewhere. There. And I think what I might do is I might make it a little bit firmer. So I'm going to maybe back it with a little bit of fabric. Let's have a look. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, before I glue it down, I'm going to do my collage of flowers. So these are from the kit. These are fussy cut flowers. I'm going to pop those like that. And there. Okay. Let's pop some glue on these as well before I damage them beyond repair, because they are quite delicate. And I have printed this on these fussy cuts on 120 GSM presentation paper, and then I've backed them with well, any type of packaging paper will do. I backed them onto paper that you can buy in IKEA, like children's drawing paper. So that will go like that. And I will probably have a think about what closure I want on there, but I think what I really want is some trim. Not too thick trim, just something to give it a little bit of frill. And this is going to go under my flip here. So I'm going to put this in my journal. But that's going to go there like that. That will go there, and that will go there. And I'm thinking as well of making a belly band. So I've got some more of this Amazon bag, which I didn't use. So I'm going to make that, and I think I'll put the flip across. So let me quickly make this. Okay, so while that's gluing, just to explain, oh, and it's not even straight, look. That's the downside of working with a camera in front of your face. So I bought this, so it was a pack at the retreat, and I believe that Bella made these, and they're so cute, and they just look perfect there. So I've tried to bring the colours in to what's happening in the background there. And I would have preferred to have stitched it on, but I can't. So there we are. Let's just pop that like that. And we can then pop that up. Just make sure that... Yeah, so I do need to tack those down. So I can drag them in and out. Okay, slide that in, and that fits in nice there. I've left a little bit of a gap there, so I could put maybe another tag or something in there. Okay, so I'm going to flip and tie this together now. And even though this is a rustic journal, you've still got lots and lots of colour going on. So let's just cover my glues and give you a quick flip through of what I've done. Okay, so this is certainly not a finished article by any shape of the imagination, but it's a start, and it's what I wanted to use for my collage floral flips. And so this is the front cover, and then we open it up. We've got a pocket in there. No, we've got a pocket in there. No, hang on, we've got a pocket in there. I need the tag to go in there. We've got a pocket in there. I did have an envelope. Oh yes, there we go. Pocket and envelope there. And flip it over again. We've got our envelope flip, and I'll cover that, and that's got a tag. And then if I pop this out, I've also got a pocket in here to use. And let's flip this again, so I've got something I can play with there. And we've got our flips and belly band pocket there, pocket envelope, and then I've got more I can play with. Okay, and oops, that goes in there like that, that goes like that, that pops in there, in you go. Oop. How many times am I going to forget how to how to fold this up? I don't know. Okay, and I've got that little doodle flower there and flip there, and I've got my collage doodle flowers there. Okay, so that's that one. And I also made this flip here, which again was an idea for you if you don't have time to make a journal. Just use a notebook. And what you can do here is you can do a flip that reveals something underneath. And I've also got my other little project folio here, exactly the same as the bigger one, but I've got a journaling signature space there, and we made a little envelope flip here that's got a little tuck spot and a tag there. And I don't think I did anything more in this journal. No, I got lots of things to play with. Okay, so that's it. And I really do hope that you enjoyed some of these ideas, and I will be linking all the channels that have given me inspiration during making this part of my tutorial. They'll all be in the description box below. And don't forget that Gail is on the same time as me. We've done floral collage flips, and tomorrow is going to be Bella Crafty Studio and Paper Crafty. So I really do hope that you will follow along, do some crafting, and will be inspired to create your own garden story.